Yeah, but you are all very, very welcome to our annual Red Hugh O'Donnell birthday celebrations. As you know, Red Hugh himself was born in the Lifford area. At 15 years of age, he was captured by the English down in Rathmullen and taken to Dublin Castle and held there as prisoner in chains for over 4 years. He escaped twice along with the chieftain of Tyrone's nephews, Hugh O'Neill's nephews, two O'Neills, and the first time they were caught, and the second time they made their escape. They made their way onto the Wicklow Mountains, where they were supposed to be picked up by one of the local chieftains and looked after and brought back into better health again. But unfortunately, Art O'Neill, that he was along with Red Hugh at the time, Art passed away as a result of the cold weather and frost conditions. Red Hugh himself survived it, but he lost 2 toes to frostbite as a result of the escape. He made his way back up to Donegal again. A few months later, he was down in Donegal in County Brennan, and there he was inaugurated as the chieftain of Donegal. Very soon after that, because of his treatment by the English, he made sure that they were going to suffer. He was going to get the English out of Ireland completely and let Ireland be for itself. So he made contact with Hugh O'Neill again in Tyrone, and together they formed an army of Irish clans, and in history it was known as the 9 Years' War. Now, the 9 Years' War was very, very successful for the Irish Confederation. They won many battles during the 9 Years' War. One of them, as I was saying earlier on there today, was the Battle of the Yellow Ford up in the borders with Armagh and Tyrone. A fantastic battle, and the Irish came out top in it. They also had other battles, such as the Battle of the Curlews down in Boyle in County Roscommon. But unfortunately, at the end of the war itself, it came to an end suddenly in 1601, 1602, during the Battle of Kinsale. There was a lot of problems that they encountered leading up to the battle itself, and they weren't properly prepared. The Confederate Irish Army had to march from the top of the country down to the bottom of the country in really bad weather. And then they got mixed up with the fleet, the Armada that came over from Spain, and unfortunately the English won. And that unfortunately then resulted in the end of what we would know as the Gaelic League. So Red Hugh didn't stop at that. The chieftains talked to themselves, and they agreed that Red Hugh should go over to Spain again and plead with the King of Spain at the time, King Philip III. And he went over, he did meet with him. The king says, "Let me wait a wee while, let me think on it." And it was, 3 or 4 months after that, Red Hugh thought, "Listen, I can't stay here all the time." He made his way up to towards the ancient capital of Spain, a city called Valladolid, and he was made welcome in Simancas Castle, which is just about 15 kilometres outside of Valladolid. Unfortunately, when he was waiting for the king to come up from Valladolid, Red Hugh passed away. And so much that the King of Spain thought of him at the time, he gave him a funeral fit for any high-ranking dignitary anywhere in the world. Now, that's as much as I'm going to go into from a history part of it. I tell you that because this last 5-6 years, our association here, the Red Hugh Association here in Ireland, have been working very closely with our colleagues in Spain, in Valladolid, They're called the Hispano-Irish Association, and their president is Carlos Burgess. And Carlos Burgess and I work very, very closely together in promoting our special chieftain, Red Hugh O'Donnell, and we're trying to get him into Irish history and have him known as one of the greatest chieftains that came out of Ireland. We always pair him a wee bit with the likes of Michael Collins of the day. Both of them were young, both of them died young. Both of them played a big, big part in the freedom of our country. So, what we do every year is we have an annual celebration here for his place of birth, and we have an annual celebration in Valladolid for the reenactment of his funeral. And we're just back from Valladolid there last month, and we had a fantastic time over there. It would really, really make you feel proud to be Irish. And I would suggest to anybody here at all, if they like history, and I'm looking down here, and there's quite a few people here at the moment that were over with us there just last month. We have the Tyrone Association there from Dublin, their secretary Anne and Hugh are here, Fáilteoireamh Anne, and I see Donald and his good wife there as well, Fáilteoireamh. Thank you very much for coming up all the way from Dublin. It's a fantastic experience, and I would recommend anybody that when it comes up to go to it, but I'd recommend them to come here first. So thank you all very much for coming along. So, what are we trying to do here? What we're trying to do here is bring the community together. This is the first time that we're trying to bring those clans that I talked about earlier on. We're trying to bring them together. And just look at the groups that are here today. We have representatives here from the O'Donnells, the O'Neills, the Gallaghers, the Swedes, and I think there may be a few Maguires down there as well. So it's fantastic to see this. So there's not a big, big crowd, but whenever you think about it, the fella above only started with 12, and look where he's at today. So you never know, with this momentum that we have started here today, in the future, that small acorns, that will grow. There's no doubt in my mind about it. One of the best things of today is that we have a cross-border element to our ceremony here. We're delighted to welcome the Lord Mayor of Derry City and the District of Strabane, Councillor Rory Hugh. You're very, very welcome here. And also on the platform here, we have the Lord Mayor of Donegal, the Cahiria of Donegal County Council, Councillor Paul Canning. You're welcome. On the platform so far, and this particular person is a very big supporter of what we're trying to achieve here in Lifford for our local-born chieftain, Red Hugh. And he's the CEO of Donegal County Council, Mr. John McLaughlin. And the next person I want to mention is one of our own colleagues here in our committee. He's the backbone of the committee. He's been very, very welcomed by his thoughts and his actions, and he keeps us on a straight line. I'd like you to welcome the Cahiria of Lifford Stranraer Municipal Group of Donegal County Council, Councillor Martin Harley. I mentioned Valladolid there a few minutes ago, and we have also the person that went out to Valladolid to represent the Donegal County Council last month, Councillor Patrick McGowan. Thank you, Patrick. And And I must say that Patrick played his job brilliantly, so he did. Thank you very much for all you've done, Patrick, and you've done a lot for us as well, leading up to this event as well. So thank you very much. And finally, I would like to welcome another member of the Lifford Stirlorder Municipal Group, Councillor Gary Doherty, who was very, very good to us as well, and still supporting us. So, thank you all very, very much for coming. Now, we're a voluntary organisation. We're not for profit, and we're registered with the Irish authorities. So we need sponsors, because without sponsors we can't work. We can't do anything. Well, we can, but we can't organise something like this here. So, if you bear with me, I just want to read out the names publicly of the groups and the people who helped us to get this underway today. So we have the Lifford Stirlorder Municipal Group of the County Council. Thank you very much, lads, for your support. We have the Donegal County Council, who is always there. And just a couple of months ago, we ran an international art competition for school children in the Lifford and the Donegal area and the Valladolid area. And I had Mr. John McLaughlin down to present the prizes down in the cinema down there for the Irish contingent, and it was there. One of our goals was to get erect a plaque or erect a statue of Red Hugh O'Donnell here in Lifford. And just then, a couple of months ago, Mr. McLaughlin there, who's been supporting us all the time, confirmed that the Donegal County Council would indeed erect a statue to our Red Hugh. So a big round of applause for that. We have also a lot of roadworks in the Lifford Castlefin area at the moment. I'd like to thank Joe Russell, DSNR Traffic Management, who sponsored the Moorlig Band for this competition. We have Cheers Bar in Ballybofey, who also were sponsors, and the stage that we're on here today, and it was provided by the Farmers Home in Strabane, the Farmers Home Bar and Off Sales. So I give them a big round of applause. And then we have Maggie's Tavern, and don't forget tonight we have a closing dance in Maggie's Tavern down at St Johnston, and you are all welcome to be down there from 9 o'clock onwards. And again, Maggie's Tavern is a big supporter of our group, and the owner is Alice Lynch, and Alice is also down here with us down here to the right, the good looking lady with the glasses. So thank you very much, Alice. Just two left. We have then my nephew Fergal McLaughlin. Where are you at, Fergal? Take a bow there, Fergal McLaughlin. Thank you very much. Fergal McLaughlin, music, and I'm told that he's not too far away now from being here, is that the one and only Jim Farmer Hart, who would be a brother of Mickey Joe's Hart of the Eurovision fame. So Jim will be down here very, very shortly now to do some music for us. And then we're hopeful to have... Oh, there, I see him here now. Sorry, I see you, Jim. Sorry. Then hopefully we will have our very, very special guest to join us. You like this. So without further ado, could I ask three people now to say a few words from their position in the platform. The first person I would like to introduce you to is the Cathaoirleach of Donegal County Council, the Lord Mayor of Donegal County Council, Councillor Paul Canning.
Thank you very much, folks, and I can assure you, you shall not have to get toes amputated, frozen. I'll be very, very quick. I'm delighted to be here in the capital town of the county in Lifford here to celebrate the birthday of Red Hugh O'Donnell. I think it's fantastic, and I think it is a good initiative, and it will grow bigger and bigger every year. And I know that the Eastern Order area has twined with a town in Spain, so they are working with it, and hopefully they might be able to bring the weather over here that they're having. So it's great to see it. I want to put your hand together here for Eddie and his team for the amount of work that they have done. I think it's tremendous. I want to thank the 3 bands or 4 bands that was there, especially these young people, because it's not easy out in the wet and the cold and trying keeping a balloon or a accordion up. I think it's fantastic. The music is were played, so well done to you all. So you just heard the complete history of Red Hugh, so I'll not go on to it. I will let you enjoy the rest of the day. The only thing that I will say is Lifford cannot deny that Red Hugh definitely was one of them, because when he was captured, John Perrott, the only way he could capture him was he put on a party and a few free pints for everybody, and that was the only way he could capture a Lifford man. So he's definitely a Lifford man. So well done to you all, and thanks again for coming out and a poor evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Phil. Yeah, well, there's a bit of crack to find a Lifford man over. I just see 2 people down the way at the back there, and they do what they always do. They're up front 1 minute, and then they're in front. There's 2 colleagues of mine from many years ago. I'd like to thank Ricky Duffy and Seamus Devaney there with the blue berets in the back there. They carried the national colours down. They're from. Thank you very much, lads. And there was just 2 other members of our committee that I might have forgot to mention. There's Sean here, our secretary down the front, and Brendan O'Donnell here, a good Ross's man here down to our left. Brendan is our treasurer. And Thomas Brogan, I'm not sure if Thomas Brogan is about at the minute, that's all that Betty mentioned. Okay, our next speaker is from a cross-border element. I was listening to Padre McLaughlin and Chat the Down there the last day, addressing the Down in the border poll, and he mentioned during his speech about the cooperation that Donegal and Tyrone and Derry naturally have, and I would totally agree with him that we work very much together. We work very much from a medical perspective. I know that all 3 counties have worked very, very close together, and it's brilliant. It's brilliant that is happening. But we've brought it to even a closer element today, because in the Morlick Band, a good lot of the Morlick Band that is here today came across from Strabane. The Oliver Plunkett band in Strabane, and thank you all very much for that, and fair play to So I'd like to introduce you to the Lord Mayor of Derry City and the Strabane District Council, Councillor Rory McHugh.
Gora mai hogus agus Tamian Sasta today is Shaw and you is doing an al. I'm very, very honoured and proud to be here in Lifford today to remember a great Lifford man, a great Donegal man, a great Irishman, Red Hugh O'Donnell. I actually had the privilege a number of years ago to visit some of the other heirs who are buried out in Rome, on a wee chapel out in Rome, St Pietro in Montorio. So if ever you get a chance to go there, it's really fascinating, so it is. So when I seen the invite for this, I jumped at the chance to take it up. Just listening to their host earlier on, he said about Red Hugh O'Donnell that his goal was to bring about one Ireland by driving the British forces at that time out of Ireland. And we have to remember, if we really, truly want to honour Red Hugh O'Donnell and the other Flight of the Earls, well then we need to bring about that goal. We've only reached part of that goal, and I don't want to get all political, but we have to remember that that's what the Flight of the Earls wanted. They wanted one Ireland, a united Ireland. So that is, someday in the very near future, hopefully, we will have the chance to go out and vote for that. So if we truly want to honour Red Hugh's memory, when that time comes, go out and work for it, and hopefully, no matter what political party you might vote for, or no political party, we're all Irish people, and we all want to bring about the reunification of Ireland. And by doing that, we will truly honour the memory of Red Hugh O'Donnell and the fighters of the Irish. So thanks again for inviting me here today. I know who the special guest is, and you're really going to enjoy that. So Gora Mila Mila Mayoguf Galer, enjoy the rest of the events.
So just before our last speaker comes up, I'm just thinking of thanking everybody, and I hope, I'm like thanking Mr. Eastwood. Barry, what do you call him? The box award was good. But for the two bands that travelled over from West Donegal here today, you know what it means to me. I know you haven't used to come this far to be with us here in Lifford, and a special day like that there to the band of Randa Ferristia there, ran a fast in West Donegal. Gura Mila Mila Mahibov. And also to Yvonne Murray and her junior band here that travelled all the way from Donegal. And we all know the Mary from Donegal, and Yvonne plays a big part in that as well. She's a great person, she's a great leader herself in her day, she's a great musician, and she's great for getting the wee band going. So thank you very much, Yvonne, for bringing the band over. And finally to the Morley band. I'm speaking high about these two bands, but I know that whenever I contacted Paul Harkin first, would there be any chance to get the band together again? Paul was saying, I haven't a clue, but I'll try. And between himself and his sister Marie and many more in the area, it's been years since these bands were together, and especially the Mornick, and just to see them taking lead band down through Lifford there today, it just done our hearts good. So to Paul and Marie and all the rest of the ladies that were involved in it, thank you very much. So now finally I would like to ask the CEO of Donegal County Council, Mr. John McLaughlin, to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, Eddie. Acknowledge our Mayor of Donegal, Ciarán Paul Canning, Mayor of Derry and Strabane, Mayor Rory Hugh, and our three local councillors here, Councillor Martin Harley, Patrick McGowan, and Gary Doherty. Thanks for showing up today. And I'm not going to go over, as our Mayor said, or Ciarán, the history. Eddie Crawford did a fantastic job with that, and I think the committee very fortunate to have somebody like Eddie who's willing to lead out and do this, and he covers very well. So I thought I would just mention to you in terms of the County Council, we're very supportive of your own initiative here and the whole venture. We're also, as a Lifford-based council here right behind you, I was thinking in that building behind for 24 years now. It's the first time standing out here, I think, on a lorry, so it's a big day. But I think as a council, I would say it's particularly important here across border. And Eddie talked about the link up with Derry and Strabane and Donegal, and we're promoting that for the last 20 years with all of our councillors. We're always looking for cross-border initiatives, and what better place than in Lifford here. And I would say council is very supportive, and you probably know people of the Riverine project down here. A few false starts. We're hoping it's going to go this time now. It'll be a significant project to enhance Lifford here. We're also looking at a redevelopment of our county house here in support of that, and possibly a road linking around the back as well to improve the circulation. You'd see in Lifford also, in the recent past, in promoting the council work, two fairly significant housing estates, one finished and one under construction out the road. And we'll be a new HSE facility out the road as well. And it's a testament to our local councillors and what we're doing to invest in Lifford. We also have the 10T project, which is a longer range one will bypass Lifford. So a lot of initiatives to support Lifford. and particularly interested in anything like this here that attracts people to Lifford here. We're looking for, in East Donegal, a significant project that bring people to the East Donegal. Around the coastline we have the Wide Atlantic Way, which most people talk about, very successful. But in the East it's harder to get that attractor. So the East Community, that's why we support it, and we have to broaden our mind as well and say going to Spain is a good thing for the council, and go elsewhere as well to bring those links. It even takes a number of years to realise something that proves positive in terms of returns. You have to invest in that. That requires the wider thinking of people as well. And I'll leave the final note. I was thinking you were speaking there, Eddie. What the council realises is community groups that support what's been done locally. And the council can go much further under those circumstances. And you have that here at stage today. I just finished to acknowledge the bands here, the three bands. Gardaí who led it out, I think they're gone now. And I can see your special guest down here, but we're going to leave that to Eddie to announce. So just enjoy the rest of the day, and thanks to everybody as well.
So, what we're going to say now, we're about to start very shortly. The music's going to be starting. You'll probably see our main guest down there now. He's in our midst at the moment. I'm going to still keep you in suspense. From a personal point, there's two people who I want to welcome personally here today. And the first one is a cousin of mine that just landed here last night from Massachusetts. And it's our wee red-haired Mary down here, Dave Hamilton. So a big round of applause to Dave. How you, Dave? And the other one is one of my 11 grandchildren, and he's the #1 Donegal GAA supporter, and he's down there with the blue coat at the back along with his mum Diane, and he's a hat on him, Gareth Crawford. A big round of applause for Gareth Crawford. So, that's it, we've come to the moment. Are you ready for action? Farmer, where are you at? Farmer? Is he away? Farmer is... Oh, Farmer's there. Are you ready for a bit of music, Farmer? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you look to your right there, the man himself, in my opinion, one of the greatest ambassadors, not just for Donegal, but for Ireland. He's a fantastic individual, a worldwide celebrity, and to think that he's come here today to support this event. And I know that my other granddaughter, Sarah Sharkey down here, will be just in love to see Daniel because she loved him. So Daniel O'Donnell, welcome to the event. Thank you very, very much, Daniel.
Hello everybody, it's great to be here, and you're great to be here, all of the people that participated. I missed the parade. I was at a singing at a wedding, a neighbour of ours, so I was late getting here. But it's great to be here and to honour Red Hugh. I had a DNA thing done not too many years ago. They wanted to do it. They were checking out different things, and they found that I have a direct link to Red Hugh. I'm 100% descendant of Red Hugh O'Donnell. So if he did good, I agree with it. And if he drank too many pints, I don't know. But it's interesting, you know, when you do these things, that they found that. And then they say you have the Bal Jarrag as well. I won't tell you where my Bal Jarrag is. That's a red mark that every true O'Donnell is supposed to have. So that sometimes it can be hidden and sometimes it can never be seen, but they can agam the Foston. So it's great to be here, and you're going to play, are you? Well, yeah. Are you going to sing? Oh, am I going to sing? Oh, I see. Okay. Is it? Good. All right, very good. But whatever you think in the key of E. Well, what key do you want to play it in? Good and D if it's easier. A. It'll be a squeeze. You. Here, have you a lead to put in a phone, have you? No. Will you? As I stand above the starboard bow and watch the ocean foam, as I view each new horizon, I grow further from my home. I'm sailing on a foreign ship that's bound for Montreal. We're doing all right. But I'll view the world and make my destination Donegal. Everybody. I would make my way from Malin to Bundoran through Rafal, or Port Salin down to Killybegs by Creesla and Dunlow. I'd wander round by Barnesmore Gap on everyone I'd call. There beyond the blue stack mountains in the town of Donegal. Oh, Donegal, I miss you, and I'll never understand why I left you for these foreign lands against my heart's command. Whatever fortune comes my way, whatever may befall, I know I'll make my final destination Donegal. I would make my way from Malin, do you know it, to Bundoran through Rafal, or Port Salin down to Killybegs by Creesla and Dunlow. I'd wander round by Barnesmore Gap on everyone I'd call. There beyond the blue stack mountains in the town of Donegal, I know I'll make my final destination Donegal. Actually, I can never know. What do you like, G? G or A? Well, I don't know what. Sausage. Stand beside me, for if I should lose you, I just couldn't get anywhere. Stand beside me, you're the only one who'll ever make me care. I can't stand to think that I might be alone, not alone again. Oh, not the way it was back then, before you walked into my heart, told me we would never part. So stand beside me, don't never let me be alone again. Stand beside me, for if I should lose you, I just couldn't get anywhere. Stand beside me, you're the only one who ever made me care. There'll be times when everything goes wrong, but darling, I won't care if I know you're standing there. No matter what we have to do, together we can see it through. So stand beside me, I'll be standing right there. Everybody, stand beside me, for if I should lose you, I just couldn't get anywhere. Stand beside me, beside me. You're the only one who ever made me care. Yes, you're the only one who ever made me care. Let's see again. We might as well do all the keys we have. Whoever were the lights of London are far behind. The thoughts of homeland are crowding my mind. Familiar places come into view. I see my home now. Soon I'll see you. We'll talk to the old folks. Sure they're getting on. We'll treat them to late nights and sing a few songs. We'll talk of the neighbours and life in the town. There's so much to tell them. The days fly around. Everybody. This is my home, the place I was born. The place I was born. No matter where I go, no matter where it's in my soul. It's in my soul. My feet may wander, my feet may wander 1,000 places. What about my heart? My heart will lead me back home to my Donegal. And then tomorrow we'll take a walk down to St. Mary's, to a sheltered spot. We'll kneel and pray there for the ones who have gone, and hope that they're proud of their wandering son. Everybody, this is my home on your own. That place I was born in, no matter where I go. It's in my soul, my feet may wander, my feet may wander 1,000 places, but my heart will lead me back home to my Donegal. Yes, my heart will lead me back home to my Donegal. Thanks very much. I just want to say, Eddie, well done to you and all the people that have a hand in helping you doing what you're doing. You know, every community and every county and every country, we need leaders, and many of us follow, and then there's some who lead, and Eddie's a leader. So well done to you. And thank you very much, and all the thank you. And I suppose it's amazing, and all the generations that have passed, and all of the stories and all of the things we heard about the flight of the Earls and Red Hugh and the O'Neills. It's amazing that we're still here today talking about these great people. I suppose maybe some of the stories are extended, and no story ever loses anything as time passes. They always gain. But if there was no story in the first place, there'd be nothing to tell. So it's a great privilege to be here, standing, I suppose, on the footprints of those who came before us. And may this last for many years, and that there'll be people who will stand in our steps to honour these people in years to come. Thanks very much. Pleasure to be here. There's always a fire in the kitchen. Maybe in Debbie, if I give you D, is D anything connection? There's always a fire in the kitchen. There's always a kettle on the boil. There's no fancy carpets or no telephone, but the one thing our house is a home. A stranger is always welcome, be it any time of night or day. So don't ever feel sad or lonesome, just call as you pass on your way. Everybody say, there's always a fire in the kitchen. There's always a kettle on the boil. There's no fancy carpets or no telephone, but the one thing our house is a home. It's seen many happy and sad times, but it still remains through it all. And though times may have changed all around it, there's still a word of welcome in the hall. There's always a fire in the kitchen. There's always a kettle on the boil. There's no fancy carpets or no telephone, but the one thing our house is a home. There's no fancy carpets or no telephone, but the one thing our house is a home. Thank you very much.
Well, what about it? What about that? Listen, 3 cheers for Daniel. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Hip, hip. An absolute gentleman. Thank you very, very much, Daniel. And Daniel and Magella is just recently after celebrating their wedding anniversary. So on behalf of us all here, Daniel and Magella, I wish you all the luck in the future. So congratulations. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to hand you over now to Jim Farmer Hart, who knows every chord in the book now after that. So I want to let you know that after the music here, everybody, and especially the bands, are invited up to the local community centre for tea and sandwiches and biscuits and what else. And thanks to Brendan there and his family and supporters for setting that up. Make sure you go up, there's plenty of food up there to get it. And it's as you go up the Castleton Road at the roundabout there across the bridge, just about 200 yards up on the right, there's a big building on this side of Lifford School. That's the building that it's in. But without further ado, I'll hand you over now to the maestro himself, Jim Farmer Hart, for me to manage.
No man should ever be put in the corner. He should be over centre stage. Come out.
Daniel's after singing all my songs.
Hello there, how you doing? One more. Perfect, thank you.